I will win. These three words hold a transformative power, but do you truly grasp their depth? When I was young, I dreamed big, but was constantly doubted. I was rejected 30 times for jobs, including at KFC, and failed my university entrance exams countless times. Yet instead of succumbing to doubt, I adopted these words as my mantra. When you say, I will win, you're not just speaking to yourself, you're shaping the path to your future. No matter where you start, this declaration is the first step towards seeing possibilities where others see barriers. Declaring victory is more than a rallying cry. It's an unshakable commitment to your journey. Picture yourself standing atop a mountain, with headwinds blowing and rocks beneath your feet. At every challenge you reaffirm, I will win. This determination shifts your perspective on obstacles, as if you are commanding your destiny. It reminds me of when I started Alibaba in a small apartment with 18 people. We had limited resources and no guarantee of success. Still, the vision of creating something meaningful was stronger than the fear. Are you ready to take control of your destiny? This phrase also transforms your thoughts and how you approach each day. When you believe, your actions begin to reflect that belief. When I founded Alibaba, my team and I constantly repeated that we weren't great yet, but we could become great. Have you ever stood in front of a mirror and declared what you deserve? Try it now. Say, I will win. These words have the power to align your focus with your goals. If not now, when? If not me, who? This phrase, which has stayed with me throughout the years, encapsulates the essence of victory. It's not about waiting for the perfect moment, because it never comes. Victory is built today through the small decisions you make. Every moment of hesitation is a lost opportunity, while every firm step strengthens your trajectory. No matter how many times I fell, my commitment to my purpose always lifted me up. But be mindful, declaring victory is only the beginning. The real journey demands constant effort, sacrifices, and above all, faith in yourself. Are you ready to pay the price? Because in the end, winning isn't about luck, it's about determination, focus, and action. And if you're wondering what comes next after declaring victory, when we think of winning, the image that comes to mind is often of shining trophies and thunderous applause. But winning, in its deepest sense, has nothing to do with external recognition. It's about the journey. Every sacrifice we make, every challenge overcome, becomes a step closer to our goals. When I started Alibaba, we had no resources or support. Our only reward was the satisfaction of seeing small achievements pile up like bricks building a fortress. That's what winning means, turning challenges into opportunities. True victory happens in the shadows, far from the spotlight. It's easy to focus on the moments of glory, but what defines a winner are the small steps taken in silence, often in solitude. I remember spending nights trying to explain our vision to investors who said there was no future for e-commerce in China. It wasn't their yes that shaped our victory, but the strength we found in every rejection to keep going. Every stumble is, in fact, preparation for the next leap. Winning is not a destination, it's a state of mind. Even in the most difficult moments, the belief that something greater is coming keeps a winner's heart warm. I remember telling my team, when we are poor but have a dream, we never feel poor. It was this dream that moved us, not the desire for wealth or fame. Have you ever stopped to think about what truly drives you, discovering that can change everything? Behind every victory is a story of sacrifice. It's easy to admire someone's success without understanding what it took to achieve it. However, it's in the daily effort that the meaning of winning is revealed. As Jack Ma, I've always been inspired by stories of resilience, those that show that even the greatest obstacles can be overcome with determination. Everyone has their own unique journey, but all share the need for perseverance. And what about the moment you realize you've won? Often, it's not something grand or public. It might be a feeling of peace when looking back at how much you've grown. The greatest victory is the personal transformation the journey brings. And with that transformation comes the next question. How do you keep the flame alive as you face the next challenge? The desire to win cannot be a fleeting emotion, like those New Year's resolutions that fade in weeks. To achieve something meaningful, this desire must be a constant flame burning within you. When I started Alibaba, the internet was practically non-existent in China, and many said our dream was impossible. But the flame inside me never went out. It's this passion that turns the impossible into a matter of time. The question is, how much do you want it? The inner flame is like the fuel that powers a rocket. Without it, you can't leave the ground. And don't think it starts strong and unshakable. It's cultivated. I remember how, in the early days, we faced so many difficulties that even some on the team doubted we would succeed. I would say, if we're going to quit today, then why did we start yesterday? Those words kept the flame alive during moments when it felt like everything was falling apart. This passion must be non-negotiable. When you're clear about what you want, every decision becomes easier. You stop wasting energy on irrelevant things. That's how I went from being an English teacher to building a global tech empire. My flame was the vision of connecting small businesses to the global market. When you find this passion, it begins to guide every choice you make. But how do you keep this flame alive? The answer lies in constantly reminding yourself why you started. Remember what inspired you, whether it's a childhood dream, a promise you made to yourself, or a vision that no one else can see. Hold on to it. During my journey, I learned there will always be tough days. But if the flame is strong enough, it will burn through any obstacle. And most importantly, draw strength from the impact your victory will have on those around you. Then comes the magic. When you nurture this flame, it becomes contagious. People begin to believe in what you believe. Your energy attracts those who share your vision. This collective strength transforms a simple idea into something extraordinary. But for that to happen, the flame must stay lit. And what happens when the sacrifices start to weigh heavy? How do you stay on track? Victory never comes for free. When I started Alibaba, I had to choose between a comfortable life and the risk of chasing a dream no one believed in. Sacrifice and discipline became my daily tools. Waking up early, enduring long meetings, and often dealing with rejection were unavoidable parts of the process. But I always knew success doesn't come to those who choose the easy path. And you? Are you ready to pay the price? Sacrifice is not a burden, but a bridge that connects where you are to where you want to be. I remember the nights we slept in cramped offices, wondering how to keep the company alive for another month. These experiences shaped my resilience and that of my team. Every small sacrifice was a reminder of our commitment to something bigger. Choosing between hanging out with friends or investing in learning, between comfort and progress, defines who you become. Discipline is what sustains sacrifice. It's easy to have willpower on an inspired day, but discipline ensures you keep going even when motivation fades. I often say that to catch the rabbit, you need to change yourself, not the rabbit. This means being relentless with your habits. For me, this involved studying markets, understanding technology, and inspiring my team daily, even when the results seemed distant. The real challenge is that sacrifice often doesn't bring immediate rewards. You might plant seeds for months without seeing anything grow. In Alibaba's early years, we had no profits, only debts upon debts. Yet we knew each day of effort was building the value needed for the future. If you ever wonder whether it's worth it, remember, the price of discipline is always less than the price of regret. And when the sacrifice feels too heavy, find strength in the impact you can create. Think about the lives that will be transformed by your victory. That's what helped me keep going. However, even with all the discipline, failures will still come. But that's where the lessons of failure come into play. Winning begins with mastering yourself. Before you can conquer external challenges, you must gain control over your mind and emotions. When I founded Alibaba, the biggest battle wasn't against competitors or technology. It was within myself. I had to learn to stay calm when things went wrong, focus when distractions were everywhere, and lead with clarity, even when I doubted my own abilities. True personal growth starts by looking in the mirror and asking, am I doing my best today? Mastering your emotions means not letting failures, rejections, or even successes control you. Early on, I often felt overwhelmed by the enormity of our goals. Investors rejected us, competitors doubted us, and the future seemed uncertain. I could have let frustration take over, but I chose to stay focused on the bigger picture. Personal mastery isn't about avoiding emotion, it's about channeling it. Instead of being consumed by fear or doubt, use them as fuel to push forward. Distractions are everywhere, but focus is your greatest ally. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to get caught up in chasing too many things at once. I often told my team, if you want to catch the rabbit, don't change the rabbit, change yourself. It's a reminder that instead of blaming the circumstances, we must sharpen our skills and our focus. For me, this meant prioritizing what mattered most, our vision of connecting small businesses to the global market. Personal mastery also involves discipline. Small, consistent actions compound into extraordinary results. When Alibaba faced financial struggles in the early years, it wasn't grand strategies that saved us. It was the discipline of showing up every day, solving one problem at a time. Growth isn't achieved in a single leap, but in the hundreds of steps you take consistently. Are you willing to commit to those steps? When you master yourself, you gain an unshakable sense of confidence. You can face challenges with a clear mind and adapt to any situation. This inner strength inspires others, creating a ripple effect of leadership and resilience. However, self-mastery alone isn't enough. You must also step out of your comfort zone to truly grow. And that's where the next challenge lies. Growth begins where your comfort zone ends. It's tempting to stay where things are familiar and safe, but nothing remarkable ever happens there. When we started Alibaba, many doubted us because stepping into the world of e-commerce in China felt like stepping into the unknown. But I knew that remaining in our comfort zone would guarantee only one thing: mediocrity. To achieve something great, you must embrace discomfort and uncertainty. Stepping out of your comfort zone doesn't mean recklessness, it means taking calculated risks. I often told my team that the pain we face today will become our strength tomorrow. Whether it was meeting investors who didn't believe in us, or dealing with technological hurdles we didn't fully understand, every challenge was an opportunity to grow. The discomfort you endure now is the price you pay for your future success. Great results are born from effort and perseverance, not ease. It's in the moments when you're stretched to your limits that you discover your true potential. I remember when we worked tirelessly to convince small businesses to join our platform. It wasn't easy, and rejection was common, but every no taught us how to improve and adapt. Without pushing yourself beyond what feels comfortable, you'll never uncover what you're truly capable of achieving. The beauty of leaving your comfort zone is that it builds resilience. Each step into the unknown strengthens your ability to handle challenges. When I was rejected from Harvard 10 times, it would have been easy to settle for less and give up on my dreams. But every rejection pushed me to explore new paths and create opportunities for myself. Life will test you, but stepping out of your comfort zone ensures that you emerge stronger each time. Ultimately, growth comes from change. It might feel uncomfortable or even scary, but it's necessary for progress. The question is, how far are you willing to go? Once you embrace this mindset, you'll find that every risk you take brings you closer to your purpose. And speaking of purpose, that's the foundation of everything. Purpose is what transforms effort into achievement. Without it, even the hardest work feels empty. When I founded Alibaba, our purpose was clear: to empower small businesses through the internet. It wasn't about making money, it was about creating a platform where anyone, no matter how small, could compete on a global scale. Purpose gave us direction and fueled our determination. What's your purpose? A clear purpose turns struggles into stepping stones. In the early days, we faced countless challenges, from convincing merchants to trust an unfamiliar platform to navigating technological limitations. But knowing that we were helping others kept us going. I often reminded my team, when you're poor but you have a dream, you never feel poor. Purpose gives meaning to sacrifices, making the journey worthwhile. Living with purpose aligns your actions with your vision. It helps you make decisions with clarity, even when faced with uncertainty. For Alibaba, this meant prioritizing customers and employees over profits. I often said, customers first, employees second, shareholders third. Many doubted this philosophy, but our purpose guided us to create a business that genuinely cared about people, and that made all the difference. Purpose is the fuel that drives you forward, even when the road is tough. It reminds you why you started and keeps the fire alive when obstacles appear. During the toughest moments at Alibaba, it wasn't the money or the recognition that kept me going. It was the vision of making a difference in the lives of millions. Purpose is the energy that sustains your willpower and gives you the strength to persevere. But purpose isn't just about achieving goals. It's about the legacy you create. When you work with purpose, you inspire others to do the same. It becomes a cycle of positive impact, far beyond what you imagined. And when you think like a winner, everything aligns to bring your dreams closer to reality. Speaking of winners, what defines a winning mindset? Winners think and act differently. It's not just about talent or luck, it's about how you approach challenges and opportunities. A winner's mindset is rooted in confidence, passion, and intentional decision-making. When I started Alibaba, I didn't have all the answers, but I had the mindset to embrace risks and learn along the way. Winners see every obstacle as a stepping stone, not a roadblock. Confidence is key. When others doubted our vision for e-commerce, I remained steadfast because I believed in what we were building. This confidence wasn't arrogance. It was the result of preparation and hard work. A winner knows that setbacks are part of the process, but they also know how to recover and move forward stronger. Confidence allows you to take action, even when the odds are against you. Passion drives winners to keep going, even when the journey gets tough. It's the energy that pushes you to wake up early, work late, and stay focused. When you love what you do, it doesn't feel like work. It feels like purpose. I've often said that success is a marathon, not a sprint. A winning mindset thrives on consistency and long-term vision. Winners also act with intention. Every decision they make is aligned with their goals. This doesn't mean they're perfect or never fail. It means they learn from every mistake and adjust their approach. At Alibaba, we often experimented with new ideas, and not all of them worked. But every failure brought us closer to success because we were intentional about what we were trying to achieve. A winner's mindset is about resilience and adaptability. It's about staying focused on your goals while being flexible in your approach. And as you develop this mindset, you begin to appreciate the importance of the journey itself. After all, the process of becoming a winner is what truly shapes who you are. The journey is where growth happens. It's easy to focus on the destination, but the real transformation occurs along the way. When I look back on my path with Alibaba, I don't just see the achievements. I see the struggles, the lessons, and the small victories that shaped me. The journey teaches you resilience, patience, and the ability to adapt. Every high and low contributes to who you become. During the early days of Alibaba, we faced countless failures, but each one taught us something valuable. Those challenges built the foundation of our success. The journey forces you to confront your fears and limitations, showing you that you're capable of much more than you thought. The process also reveals your true character. It's not about how you perform when things are easy, but how you handle adversity. There were times when giving up seemed like the easier choice, but it was in those moments that I discovered my inner strength. The journey tests you, but it also shapes you into a stronger, wiser version of yourself. One of the greatest gifts of the journey is the relationships you build along the way. The people who support you, challenge you, and share your vision become part of your story. At Alibaba, my team became my family. Together, we learned that success isn't just about individual achievements, but about the collective effort of a group driven by a shared purpose. Finally, the journey prepares you for what comes next. Each step you take brings new challenges and opportunities, pushing you to keep growing. And as you continue on this path, you realize that the journey itself is the most rewarding part. Speaking of rewards, true success is also about lifting others up along the way. Success is not a solo journey. It thrives on the connections you build along the way. When I started Alibaba, I didn't have resources, technology, or powerful contacts. What I had was a group of 18 people who shared my vision. Together, we built something extraordinary. Success grows when you surround yourself with people who believe in you and your mission. Strong relationships amplify your potential. Whether it's with mentors, colleagues, or friends, the right people can challenge you, support you, and push you further. I've always believed in creating a community of shared purpose. At Alibaba, we made it a priority to empower small businesses, and in return, they became part of our success story. Building meaningful relationships requires trust and respect. It's not just about what others can do for you, but about how you can grow together. I've often said that a company's culture is its most valuable asset. When people feel valued and respected, they're motivated to give their best. This applies to any relationship. Success flourishes in an environment of mutual care and understanding. True success comes from lifting others as you rise. Helping people achieve their dreams not only strengthens your connections, but also creates a ripple effect of success. At Alibaba, we prioritize customers and employees because we knew that their growth would lead to ours. The more you invest in others, the more you'll see your own potential expand. As you build these relationships, remember that they're not just for today, but for the long term. Success isn't about quick wins. It's about building something that lasts. And great leaders understand that the strength of their relationships defines the strength of their legacy. Speaking of leadership, inspiring others is one of the most powerful ways to create lasting impact. Leadership is not about giving orders. It's about inspiring others to believe in a shared vision. When I started Alibaba, I wasn't the most qualified person to be a CEO. In fact, I was told to step aside because I didn't know how to be one. But leadership isn't about knowing everything. It's about empowering others to bring out their best. Great leaders inspire by example. I never asked my team to do something I wasn't willing to do myself. Whether it was working late nights or facing rejection, I stood alongside them. Leadership is about being authentic and showing that you're in the trenches with your people. When your team sees your commitment, they'll be motivated to match it. Leadership also means seeing potential in others, even when they don't see it themselves. At Alibaba, I often told my team, your dreams matter, and together we can achieve them. A good leader creates opportunities for growth and fosters an environment where people feel safe to innovate and fail. When your team feels supported, they'll go above and beyond. Inspiring leaders know that their success isn't just about their own achievements, but about the legacy they leave behind. By mentoring others and sharing knowledge, you create a cycle of growth that benefits everyone. One of the most fulfilling parts of my journey has been watching others succeed because of the platform we built together. Leadership is a daily choice. It's about consistently showing up, staying true to your values, and putting people first. The impact of great leadership extends far beyond any single accomplishment, and when you lead with purpose, it becomes a daily commitment to excellence. Success isn't achieved in a single moment. It's built through daily effort. Every day is an opportunity to take one more step toward your goals. When we were starting Alibaba, there were no shortcuts or guarantees. What got us through was our unwavering commitment to showing up and giving our best every single day. This daily commitment creates momentum. Small actions, repeated consistently, lead to extraordinary results over time. It's like planting seeds. You may not see the fruits immediately, but with patience and persistence, they'll grow. Every morning, I would remind myself and my team that today was another chance to get closer to our vision. Commitment isn't just about working hard, it's about working with intention. It means aligning your actions with your goals and staying focused, even when distractions arise. I've often said, if not now, when? If not me, who? These words remind us that each day matters and that the decisions we make today shape our future. Daily commitment also requires discipline. There were days when progress felt slow and the challenges felt overwhelming. But staying consistent, even during those tough times, was what made the difference. Success is not about grand gestures. It's about the quiet, steady effort that compounds over time. The beauty of daily commitment is that it becomes a habit. Over time, the effort feels less like work and more like a natural part of who you are. But this level of consistency starts with believing in yourself, and that belief is what lays the foundation for every great achievement. Belief in yourself is the foundation of all success. When I was rejected 30 times for jobs and failed my university entrance exams, it would have been easy to give up. But I knew that if I didn't believe in myself, no one else would. Self-belief isn't arrogance. It's understanding your potential and trusting your ability to grow. This belief acts as a shield against doubt. When I started Alibaba, there were countless naysayers who doubted our vision for e-commerce. Their skepticism didn't deter me because I believed in what we were building. Confidence isn't about knowing all the answers, it's about trusting that you'll find them along the way. Belief in yourself also gives you the courage to take risks. Starting a business in a country with limited internet access was a huge gamble, but I knew that we could succeed if we stayed committed. Self-belief pushes you to step outside your comfort zone and embrace opportunities others might avoid. This inner belief grows stronger with every challenge you overcome. Each small victory reinforces your confidence, creating a cycle of growth and resilience. I often told my team that rejection and failure are not the end, they're just steps along the way. When you believe in yourself, you see setbacks as temporary and success as inevitable. Ultimately, self-belief inspires others. When people see your confidence, they start to believe in you too. And as your belief in yourself grows, so does your ability to live with intensity and passion, making every moment of the journey worthwhile. Living with intensity means approaching each day with passion and purpose. It's not about working harder, it's about working with meaning. When I began Alibaba, I wasn't the smartest or the most skilled, but I poured my heart into everything I did. Passion is what transforms ordinary efforts into extraordinary results. How much energy are you putting into your dreams? Intensity comes from a deep connection to your goals. It's the reason you wake up early, stay late, and push yourself beyond what you thought possible. At Alibaba, we often worked long hours, not because we had to, but because we believed in what we were building. When you live with intensity, every action becomes a step towards something greater. This approach also brings joy and fulfillment. When you put energy and focus into your work, it stops feeling like a chore and starts feeling like a mission. I've often said that if you love what you do, success will follow naturally. Living with intensity doesn't drain you. It energizes you because you're doing something that truly matters. Intensity is contagious. When you live with purpose and passion, the people around you feel it too. At Alibaba, our enthusiasm inspired our team, our partners, and even our customers. It's not about being perfect, it's about being fully present and giving your all in everything you do. But living with intensity also means balancing your energy. It's about finding time to recharge so you can give your best consistently. When you live passionately, you're not just chasing success, you're creating a legacy. Speaking of legacy, what will your victory mean for the world around you? Victory isn't just about what you achieve, it's about who you become in the process. Your legacy is the impact you leave on the people and the world around you. When I look back on Alibaba's journey, the greatest reward isn't the company's size or success, it's the lives we've touched and the opportunities we've created. What kind of legacy are you building? A true winner's legacy goes beyond personal success. At Alibaba, our mission was to empower small businesses, farmers, and entrepreneurs. We wanted to create something that would outlast us. Legacy is about building something meaningful, something that improves the lives of others. When your work has purpose, the rewards are far-reaching. Your legacy is also shaped by the values you uphold. At Alibaba, we believed in putting people first, customers, employees, and communities. Those principles guided every decision we made, from how we treated our employees to how we supported small businesses. Your legacy reflects what you stand for and the impact you've made. Building a legacy requires intentionality. It's not about waiting until the end to think about your impact. It's about making every step of the journey count. Each action, each decision shapes the story you'll leave behind. The question isn't just, what am I achieving? But also, what am I contributing? Ultimately, a winner's legacy is about continuous growth. The journey never truly ends because there's always more to learn, create, and give. So, as you reflect on your path, ask yourself, what difference are you making today that will echo into tomorrow?
Jack Ma captivated his audience with a story that was both deeply personal and universally inspiring. From his earliest failures to his monumental successes, Jack Ma demonstrated that the journey to victory begins with a single, unwavering declaration: I will win. These words, as he shared, are not just a mantra. They're a commitment to overcoming fears, doubts, and the inevitable challenges that life presents. His story underscored the transformative power of belief and the courage it takes to dream boldly. Jack Ma emphasized that winning is not about the applause or the trophies, but about the process of becoming better every day. He shared how his journey, marked by rejection, uncertainty, and perseverance, taught him that the true meaning of victory lies in the small, consistent steps we take toward our goals. Every rejection he faced became a lesson, and every failure a stepping stone, shaping the resilience that would later define his success. The inner flame, as Jack Ma called it, is what drives individuals to keep moving forward even when the odds seem insurmountable. Passion, he explained, is what separates those who give up from those who succeed. Drawing from his experiences of starting Alibaba with little more than a dream, Jack Ma urged the audience to nurture this flame. It is, after all, the constant reminder of why we begin our journeys in the first place. Jack Ma shared the importance of sacrifice and discipline, two principles that became cornerstones of his success. He spoke candidly about the long nights and tough decisions that defined his early years. The price of discipline, he said, is always less than the price of regret. His message was clear. No significant achievement comes without effort, and the willingness to endure hardship is what ultimately paves the way to triumph. Perhaps most profound were Jack Ma's lessons on failure. Recalling his 30 job rejections and countless setbacks in building Alibaba, he explained how failure is not an endpoint, but an essential part of growth. If you want to catch the rabbit, don't change the rabbit, change yourself, he shared, urging the audience to embrace setbacks as opportunities for adaptation and self-improvement. Failure, he said, is a teacher that shapes resilience and sharpens focus. Living with intensity was another cornerstone of Jack Ma's philosophy. He revealed how pouring energy, passion, and focus into every task transforms work into purpose. His journey was a testament to this belief, as he approached each day with unwavering determination to make an impact. How much energy, he asked the audience, are you putting into your dreams? It was a question that left a lasting impression, challenging everyone to reflect on their own efforts. Jack Ma concluded with a powerful reflection on the legacy of a winner. For him, success is not measured by personal achievements but by the impact left behind. Building Alibaba was never just about creating a company. It was about empowering people from small businesses to individual entrepreneurs. His commitment to making a difference in the lives of others highlighted that true victory lies in the positive change we create for those around us. With humor, authenticity, and wisdom, Jack Ma delivered a message that resonated deeply. The tools for success are within each of us. His insights left the audience inspired to declare their own victory, embrace challenges, and live a life of purpose and passion. The journey, as he reminded everyone, is where the transformation truly begins. Now that you've journeyed through these powerful insights, it's time to put them into action. Jack Ma's wisdom reminds us that success is a daily choice, shaped by belief, discipline, and the willingness to embrace challenges. Are you ready to declare your victory and live with the intensity that transforms dreams into reality? Think about the lessons shared. The importance of believing in yourself, the resilience found in failure, and the passion required to fuel your inner flame. Which of these resonates most with you? What steps will you take today to push beyond your comfort zone and begin building your own legacy? Your journey is yours to shape. Let Jack Ma's story inspire you to see every rejection as a lesson, every obstacle as an opportunity, and every small step as progress towards something extraordinary. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Start now because the tools for transformation are already within you. We'd love to hear from you. What part of this video resonated most with you? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And whenever you need a dose of motivation, revisit these lessons and remind yourself that the path to victory is built one step at a time. If you're ready to continue your journey of growth, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and activate notifications so you never miss a chance to learn and be inspired. And make sure to watch the next video, titled, How to Reprogram Your Mind for Success, Jack Ma's Advice, for even more strategies to fuel your success.